the key clicks is a technique that has been in use by composers all over the world pretty much ever since Varese wrote his famous solo flute piece called Density 21.5. The key clicks, that's a very simple technique, basically done by the flute player using the keys of the flute as a percussive or percussion instrument. So for example, it sounds a little bit like this. It works much better on the flute in its lowest register. If you write key clicks for a high register, it will sound something like this. It kind of works, but I don't think it has as much resonance as if you write it for the low register of the flute. There's another interesting aspect about the key clicks is that if you ask the flute player to roll the head joint in and cover the lip plate with their lips and then stick the tongue to stop and block the tone hole of the flute, you can actually get the key clicks to go a major seventh below the fingering that you want the key clicks to happen on. So for example, if I do this technique, the flute's key click sound can actually be extended into the bass clef. This last one that I was just hammering on, that was the fingering of my flute on the low B, but the pitch that comes out is a major seventh below that low B, so it ends up being the C natural that is in the bass clef. So it's a very cool thing you can ask the flute player to try out. The key clicks also is a technique that works very well on the bigger flutes. For example, on the alto flute. And if I stop with the tongue on the tone hole, get a very, very low dark pitch. The flute player doesn't have to blow at all into the flute with this technique. And now on the piccolo. The resonance is a little bit weaker on this one. So I think the key clicks, this particular technique works best on the bigger flutes than maybe on a smaller flute like the piccolo. But it's not a very difficult technique. Can go pretty quick, and it has limitations on its loudness, so it's best to write it without a lot of instruments playing with the flute if you want this effect to be heard.